So I've been doing this channel for a hot minute, and no one's bothered to tell me that I've not done fajitas. When was anybody gonna tell me? So anyway, we're making fajitas, and we're gonna make like loaded fajitas because I'm feeling hungry. You know, I'm ready to eat. But we're doing healthy ones, and again, this is another way to kind of almost get away from the mixed veggies per se by just doing something like peppers and onions and that sort of thing. And it's something fun to play around with because you can do different variations of it, blah, 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 whatever. But it's also good meal prep because mostly everything is just one pan, like cooking the peppers, cooking the onions, cooking your chicken, all kind of one pan. So let's get started. So the first thing we're going to do is make a guacamole. Now, this guacamole is the same guacamole I've made. This is like the tried and true way that I make my guacamole. I don't care for like tomatoes in it. I don't care for, there's even places that put sour cream in it. I think that's just foul and wrong and against all things holy. But anyway, so we're gonna make guacamole. And the nice thing about this meal prep is this is like one of the few times that I enjoy cheese, because we are gonna put cheese in this and then we're gonna toast the wraps, and I'm very excited. So first, let's make our guacamole. Pretty straightforward. We got 2 avocados. And once again, remember, the squishier the better. So, put these in our bowl. Okay, give that a good mash. Okay, then I'm going to chop 1/4 of a jalapeno. Get about 2 tablespoons out of it, is really what we're looking for. Okay, then I'm gonna use half of my onion for this, and then I'm going to keep the other half that we're gonna use for our fajitas. And because I don't need a whole lot of this red onion, and really all I need is about half of this 1/4, I'm going to save it as well. That way I have a little extra to work with. So I'm gonna cut him in half, save him for my fajitas, and then dice the other half. Okay, in the bowl. Okay, then a 1/4 cup of chopped cilantro. All right, then we're gonna add a teaspoon of salt, 2 teaspoons of lime juice, and 2 teaspoons of lemon juice. Give that a mix. All right, beautiful. Set him off to the side. And then I've always got to have some sort of sauce with this. So we're gonna make a spicy garlic aioli with this. So a tablespoon of garlic, about a ½ teaspoon to a teaspoon, depending on how hot you want it, of chipotle chili powder. All right, then a ½ cup of olive oil mayo, ½ teaspoon of salt, ½ teaspoon of black pepper, a 1/4 teaspoon of cumin, and 2 teaspoons of lime juice. And then about a 1/4 teaspoon of dried parsley. Mix. That's got some nice heat to it. Bam. Okay, bam. Set him off to the side. Now we prep the rest of our veggies. All right, so all I'm gonna do is do thin slices for these, because 1, they will cook faster, and 2, they'll just be easier to eat. It'll make them look kind of fancy too. Okay, and then throw them all into a bowl. Okay, that's all our onion. And then we're gonna chop our peppers. And I have a green pepper, throw him in there. A red pepper, throw him in there. And then an orange pepper. Okay, throw those in there. All right, then lastly, I got a couple leftover chicken thighs that I'm going to trim up. And I'm just gonna thin slice these. All right, chicken's done. Let's start cooking. So we're gonna do this in steps. 1, we're gonna cook our chicken first because that's gonna take the longest. And then 2, then we'll cook our peppers. The reason being is because when we season our chicken, we can use the seasoning that's left over in the pan to cook our veggies in and flavor, okay? So I'm gonna turn this guy on high, add about a tablespoon or 2 of olive oil. All right, pan's hot. Okay, and I'm gonna season this with a little bit of garlic powder, onion powder, chili powder, salt, black pepper, cumin, and then I'm gonna add a teaspoon of lime juice and a teaspoon of lemon juice. And then I'm gonna add 1 tablespoon of low sodium soy sauce. And we're just gonna let this go till all the moisture evaporates and the chicken's done. All right, chicken is done. So we're gonna transfer him to a separate dish. Okay, and like I said, leave this. This is flavor right here. All right, turn the heat back on. Add just a little bit of olive oil, and then add your veggies. And then I'm gonna season it with just a little bit of salt. Not a lot, because there's already some in the pan, and then just a little bit of black pepper. And just cook these until they reduce down, and until these are nice and soft. All right, so our peppers and onions are done, but let's assemble some burritos. Okay, and these are just 0 carb shells, and I nuked them for like 10 seconds to make them nice and soft. But first, we're gonna put about a tablespoon of our guacamole on here. All right, so I'm splitting my 6-ounce portion of chicken between 2 burritos. I'm just making one for now, but I'm gonna do 3 and 3. And same with the veggies, I'm gonna do 2 ounces and 2 ounces. So 4 ounces total. Okay, then I'm gonna add, between the two, a 1/4 cup's worth of low-fat mozz, and then just a little drizzle of the sauce. Okay, and then we're gonna attempt to roll this. These are gonna be small ones, and I realized that I might have to split these amongst 3. If you can find the big burrito-sized ones, those would probably help a lot. All right, I'm just gonna start with 2 for now, but I'm gonna take these over here and toast these guys. All right, and there we have 2 beautifully toasted burritos. I am gonna cut into one, see how it looks. Oh yeah, let's eat. All right. Oh yeah. Look at that, look at that. Now I get it, it's a tiny guy. Okay, I get it. That's why you get the big burrito ones, but cheers. Mmm, 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 mmm. Wow, that, the sauce, the guac, the cheese melts into everything. There's a nice tanginess from the guacamole, and then there's also kind of a subtle, like spicy tanginess from the sauce. And then it just kind of melts into the cheese. It melts over the chicken, kind of holds everything together. The peppers are cooked nicely. They have nice flavor from the leftovers of the chicken. A little on the messy side, but that's because they're small shells. I am not gonna dock points for that one, because that might have been my bad. But overall, solid. Well guys, there you have it. A homemade chicken fajita burrito as part of one of my many weight loss meals. But I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and if you did and you're new, make sure you hit that sub button, throw a comment down below, tell me what you guys think, and as always, peace out, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye!